You type a question into an empty box, hit enter, and wait. Within seconds, sentences spool across the screen. It synthesizes complex ideas, writes code, and translates languages. The entire experience feels completely frictionless. We are told this happens through pure computation. The popular image is a self-contained digital brain sitting inside a pristine, humming server rack, teaching itself to think. But algorithms cannot learn in a vacuum. Before a model can recognize a face or draft an email, someone has to show it what a face looks like and what an email reads like, millions of times. To do that, the tech industry relies on a massive physical workforce. Every day, over 1 million contractors log on from their personal computers to manually teach these machines. Behind the glowing chat box and the automated driving systems, there is an unseen, largely uncredited network of human beings holding the entire architecture up. Consider how visual recognition is built. A human looks at a photograph, draws a box around a car, and types the word car. Then they do it for a pedestrian, then a stop sign. Multiply that action by millions of images, and the software slowly learns to identify shapes. AI accuracy scales strictly with human clicks. The system relies on thousands of manual corrections performed by labelers daily. This labor isn't happening in Silicon Valley office parks. The work is distributed to regions with lower costs of living and fewer labor protections. Hundreds of thousands of these labelers live in places like the Philippines, India, and here in Caracas, Venezuela. Researchers Mary Gray and Siddharth Suri call this ghost work. The people doing the labeling are typically classified as independent contractors. They receive no health insurance, no minimum wage guarantees, and no job security. This precarious structure is intentional. By keeping the workers geographically distant and legally disconnected, the industry maintains the appearance that its products are perfectly automated. Drawing boxes around cars explains computer vision, but text generators present a much harder problem. How do you teach a machine to sound polite, cautious, and helpful? The industry uses a technique called reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RALHF. A worker is shown a prompt and 2 AI responses. The human reads both, clicks the better one, and moves to the next. The model's personality, how it speaks and what it avoids, is the product of gig workers clicking A or B for hours. When a model absorbs the values of its trainers, the global community is left to wonder whose specific cultural norms and biases are being imprinted onto tools used by billions. The personality of the modern internet is currently being shaped by the averaged clicks of whatever contractor was willing to accept the lowest bid. To build the safety filters that protect consumers, companies rely on human moderators in cities like Nairobi, Kenya, to review the most graphic content online. Workers spend their shifts reading graphic descriptions of violence, watching videos of abuse, and categorizing extremist propaganda. They consume this content continuously, so the algorithm can learn to block it. For processing this material, investigative reports found that many of these moderators were paid between $1 and $2 an hour. The psychological toll is severe. Workers report chronic insomnia, hypervigilance, and symptoms consistent with post-traumatic stress disorder. Despite the hazards, adequate mental health support from the platforms is exceedingly rare. The contractors operate under strict non-disclosure agreements. Those who have spoken to journalists about the mental health impacts or the low pay have frequently faced immediate termination. We enjoy a sanitized digital environment. But achieving a clean product for the end user currently relies on unprotected psychological trauma for the people building it. You might wonder how the most profitable technology companies justify these labor conditions. The answer is distance. They do not employ these workers directly. The structure is a deliberate maze. A major tech firm signs a contract with a global data labeling vendor. That vendor outsources the tasks to a local agency in a developing country. That agency then distributes the work to independent individuals logging in from home. When labor abuses are exposed, accountability dissolves upward. The parent company blames the vendor points to the local subcontractor, and the worker is left completely isolated at the bottom. Labor advocates are starting to push back. They are demanding new legislation that would treat AI like physical manufacturing, forcing companies to audit their supply chains, disclose who labels their data, and guarantee baseline compensation. Artificial intelligence models are currently valued at hundreds of billions of dollars. That immense wealth is derived directly from the exact data processing that workers are doing for pennies a task. No machine has ever trained itself. The intelligence we celebrate as a technological miracle is only possible because of the human labor we actively choose to ignore.